Hello, beauties. Ignore this, my beauties. I've been coughing. Good evening and welcome back again to another beautiful video. Thank you so much for clicking. If you're here, I really appreciate. And if you're new here, thank you so much. My name is Linda. I'm a mom vlogger. Yes, a lifestyle content creator, beauty. I wanted to say this one. I said, let me not say it, but I'll say it. Marriage advisor. Because don't mind me, but I'm all shades of good. Don't consider to subscribe on my channel. Trust me, you will love it here, okay? And God will bless you. For my OGs, welcome back again to another cute video. It's so pleasing to sit here and talk to you guys. Thank you for all the love, the support. I really appreciate. God bless you. So I'm feeling so hot, and if I on the fan, you guys are not going to hear me. Ignore this. Now my makeup do am. I want to quickly rush and tell you guys the story of how I ran without a boko, how I relocated to Canada with a run, and this tomato is making every of my family member to cough. And I came to this country. I'm so sorry. How I came to this country, everything that happened on the day we left Nigeria. It wasn't funny, it wasn't easy, but I just want to break it down because I found that I couldn't talk. I was so stressed to the point that I could not say a word. Like, I suffer no be small. So if that is what you want to hear, because you're going to learn from my mistakes, so keep watching. Welcome back. So on the day we were going to travel, everything was going well. You know how you will come. We came to Abuja a day before because we flew from Abuja, and everything was already planned out. I had packed my bags. Ogom came with the kilo, and I weighed every of my bags. Everything was checked. In as much as the flight said it was 23 kg, but I just was adding a little because I had plenty luggages. I was adding little numbers on it. Some will be 30.5, some will be some will be 20.5, some will be 24, some I even did 25 just to see if I'm gonna pass. And then we packed the bags. I came with plenty things, guys. It is how I used to travel, but I didn't know what happened. In my head, I just felt like that 23 kg was huge. I don't know whether like if you see 23 kg, it could shock you. I didn't carry much. I dashed all my clothes almost. I came with few clothes, few shoes for myself and my children as well. And then I got a lot of food stuffs, you know. Some that are not necessary. I will sit down and make video about that. But when I got to Abuja, I just had to relieve a lot. I was coming with mango, udara, a lot. I just have to relieve a lot to Ogom, my abacha, my udara. Let's talk about actual food. Yam. I was coming with rice. Yam, ubeyi, ugri, my coconut. I came with, I think, 10 pieces of coconut. I did not bring in. I left everything for Ogom. I came with soaps, some creams. I just left everything. Like, Ngongo Ogom Bruna that day. If you see the bag, I have bag of abacha. I just took little, make it not just be sad, no bring abacha. I left everything. Apple, ishapu nabo. Like I took banga. I took banga seeds, you know. I can't even remember the food items that I left for Ogom, but trust me, wait till I leave, operempe. The only thing I didn't leave for her was crayfish. I left maggi. I left plenty things just to cut down and be sure that everything was well settled. And we did that, everything was settled. And I decided to buy Ghana Must Go. And that was the beginning of my problem. Uche was telling me to buy that laptop bag. I just felt that we don't need it because I was just running to, you know how you will stop on your transit and then you will walk I was planning on my head that I was not going to have any luggage on my hand, that I would check in everything. But when I found out that the luggages were much, I had to, of course, carry hand luggage. And then, because I didn't plan I was going to carry hand luggage, I didn't buy one. It now dawned on me. So Agom said, let's quickly go and get Ghana Must Go. And something, I don't know what happened. We went and bought the biggest Ghana Must Go for hand luggage. At least we could have got those small Ghana Must Goes. But a lot was already going on my head. And we got the biggest Ghana Must Go. When you came back, I now positioned our hand luggages for all of us. And then I had this red tote bag. I didn't count that one as hand luggage. And then I have this bag as well, just like waterproof, but all these designers waterproofs. Inside I had Pampers for my twins. I had tea, milk that we use at the transit. I had flags, I had cups, spoons, our brushes, Then because the luggages were too much and I wanted to carry everything, I could remember I added other teas, like plenty teas that we will not finish at transit, just to make sure that I just use the opportunity to cross the bag as well. So these were extra 2 bags that was not to be hand luggage. Of course, my tote bag, I'm seeing it here, is a handbag. That's the only handbag I was carrying, but you know how big tote bags are. And then, fast forward to that morning, of course, we woke up excited. We woke up so early. You know how you're doing something, you can't even sleep. We woke up so early, but I slept because I was so exhausted. I could remember our flight was 1, and I woke up at 7 a.m. We were already ready, getting ready. Everybody had bathed and brushed. And I'm like, okay, let me quickly go and buy amala and eat my last amala because it's going to be a long time before I eat it. So since I'm in Abuja, I was craving amala and bubati, and I quickly went. I got amala. I've succeeded in buying amala, and I bought food for my kids. And then I quickly went to the location of the bubati. They didn't open. They said they open at 11 a.m. At this point, the taxi drivers that were supposed to take us to the airport had already arrived at the hotel and was waiting for us. That was how they were calling. I said they should wait for me. So as early as 9, I was back at the hotel. We were done. I just called down my kids and we carried the bags into the taxi. Though I started having issues. The 2 taxis, when they saw my luggages, they changed the price. And I told the guy to go. We called another person, Uber. The person came and changed the price. I left the person. And the 3rd person came. All these things, I was already wasting time. When the 3rd person came, I was like, because I'm like, we've concluded in price. Why are you adding money because of bag that you were carrying in the boot? But I ended up paying extra because there was no time, and then we headed to the airport. When we got to the airport, it wasn't easy. My kids, I just took my kids in, and then I was wheeling all our luggages. After that day, you know how you counter, check. Maybe you remove shoe, remove this. After we passed, and then we entered. When we entered, they had started checking, but they had just started. And I'm like, okay, let's go and weigh the bags and then wrap them. My brothers, my sisters, people were coming. We were weighing, it was just in and out because my bags were many. So I used kata. Kata refused the littlest kg on top of that 23 kg. They refused it. So at the airport, they said I must remove everything that is on top of that 23 kg, that it must have to be complete 23 kg. I begged these people. They said that if I like, they will wrap it. But if they wrap it and I get there, then they're going to reject it and I'm still going to come back. So it's better I remove it. My brothers, my sisters, the things I removed at the airport, each bag I was removing things on each bags. That was how each bags I was removing things. But there were a few that I needed all the things that were inside. So I was just a little stubborn. I said, let me leave it and see the outcome. Before I could finish from there, the line had already finished. The check-in people had already finished. They were now calling and rushing us. I now quickly went to the line. Of course, we checked in. Our passports were ready. It was time to check the bags. I was putting the bags, and the lady at that counter, immediately she saw one that was 23.5. She said she remove it. They don't wrap her more. I went and opened it. I removed it. She wasn't the one that said she removed it. There was a man standing there. I started sweating. There was this man that was standing there. And immediately he saw it, he said I should remove it. So the lady was giving me sign not to, like I should pretend, because the man will go here and go there. He wasn't steady. So the lady was giving me sign, but I didn't notice the sign. So I had turned the bag. As soon as I had turned the bag, the man left. She was saying, she was giving me sign to leave it, that I should just put it, I should just put it. Thank God I put that one. That one passed. That man came back again. And then he asked me, do I have oil in this bag? I'm like, no, I had just small oil. He said, if you have oil in this bag, remove it, because they're going to, what's the English? I can't remember the English he used, but what he meant was they're going to seize the whole bag because of that oil in it. And I knew I had oil in it. The lady didn't look at me at this point. I started opening this bag to remove the oil, and he left. The lady said, leave it. And I put the bag again. The man came back. I'm like, how many are you? All these bags, how many are you? I told him. And I said, okay, women and load. You people can carry load. Look at all the load you're carrying, as if you're running out from Nigeria. Because you know we're entitled for two bags, right? That was how we checked in the bags. And before we could finish the check-in, we were already the last people there. They were rushing me already. You know, say you they rush me, this man no leave me. And then our shoes, none of my kids were wearing their shoes. All of us wore slippers to the airport, because in my head I felt like we are early, so when we are done checking in, we can now relax and wear our shoe. So that bag where I had those teas, all those things, I put all our shoes, our sneakers inside that bag, and all of us were wearing slippers. So when they now started disturbing, and I told them where they were seated, I said, oh yeah, wear your shoes. Come see, help your brothers, wear your shoes. They now wore everything, and then it was remaining me. I'm like, never mind, when I get inside, I will wear my shoes. Then one of the hand carries, I used it to carry all our shoes in one of the hand carries. You understand? It carried all our shoes in one of those hand carries. One hand carry was my smaller box. You know how you buy big box? The medium one was what I was using, not the smallest one, the medium one. It was small, it was not that big, the medium one. That was where I put all our shoes. And then I was wearing bedroom slippers. So at this point, they were now rushing us. Okay, now bring your hand carry. And I brought the hand carry and I put it. The lady, that was when the lady now asked me, is this your hand carry? I said yes. Because the hand carry was big Ghana must go. Those people that were weighing the bags told me that this big Ghana must go as hand carry, that they will not accept it too. I know here. I told them to wrap the hand carry. Let them wrap it. They now wrapped the hand carries for me. So the lady now asked, are these your hand carry? I said yes. She said, why did you wrap it? I said, because it's big Ghana must go. And they told me that you people will not. I just had to wrap it. She was just so kind. She now said, okay, no problem. She now weighed the hand carry. Everything was complete. Immediately, that man came back and said, remove, these are hand carry. I said, yes. Oh yeah, remove all the ties. Remember, every wrapping was 2,005. He said, remove everything, remove it. You can't carry your hand carry wrapped like this. Remove them. I said, yeah. We started tearing it. Now maybe the last person, they call me. Madam be say, Madam be this. Madam only me. My head. I just want Chris. As soon as we removed those leathers, he now saw it was big. I said, we can't take this as hand carry. We can't take this as hand carry. At this point, they were now announcing, calling my name. Passenger this. He now called and said, Madam, they're going to leave you here. I see say village people, they follow you. I see say village people, they follow you. This thing, I'm telling it like story, but you, that day, and not quataron. And health-wise, I was not perfectly healed from the things I was going through. A lot was going on with me. I didn't need that. I didn't need me. And they now started, Mother. I quickly now went and I got hand carries. Let me show you. You see? one for 6,000 naira, and now waiting I've been there run. So because I gave Kobe, I gave Kachi, everybody had hand carry because I had too much luggage. I needed an avenue where I can be able to carry everything. So I gave every of my kids hand carry, including the twins. So I now bought the bags and then carried those things in the Ghana must go and put inside. We were doing it, time was already choking. I said, let me enter inside. I will transfer the load. He said I must change it there before I enter. The immigration people that was going to check us was calling us. This man refused. Ignore the sweat. I stood there. I just was rushing. Even one of the guys that I helped to wrap the thing later came, joined me, helped me to transfer everything inside the hand carry. And then we were running. Run fast. You know how Nigerians can do. We came to the immigration point. That was where we were, and they were closing the flight. They were now announcing that they are closing the flight. They are going to bring back out our luggages and all these things they are doing. I don't know why they do them. All these things are lies. There was no way they were going to close the flight and bring our luggages. Why are you putting tension on people? I don't understand. If you're an immigration personnel watching this, help us. People who are traveling, come with. At this point, please permit me to put the fan. People who are traveling come with a lot of stress and tension, you know. They said, let them go back, let them go back. We are dismantling. I can't remember the word they used. Let them go back, let them reshadow, let them, no, do not stamp them. No, do not stamp them, let them go back. I was just begging the man I was standing in front. He had stamped 2 passports at this point, so there was nothing he could do than to stamp everything. So he was stamping and they were telling us to cross. You know how you put your hand luggage, remove your clothes. He didn't even remove it again. He just told us, go, leave your bag, go. Just leave your bag. They were just helping us. And that was how they helped us. But we got to the last station. That man that came, that had been monitoring me from the inside, was already standing at the door of the flight. You know those last immigration check that you will pass and they will now give you your actual boarding pass, or they will take something from your boarding pass. That was the last place. The man now came out. What are all these bags? How many are you? What are all these bags? I'm like, they're my handkerchief. It's not possible. How many are you? Okay, leave all these bags here. I said, sir, please let me go. You've been worrying me. Are you normal? Are you okay? Leave all these bags here. Okay, now take your hand carry. I took one and I was carrying my tote bag. He said, no, this tote bag is a hand carry. If I'm carrying tote bag, I should drop one of these. And I'm like, sir, this is my handbag. Are you going or not? Are you going or not? I just left one of the hand carries. I took my bag because I need my bag. I need my handbag. I took my bag. He said, good. He told Kobe, take your own. I took and gave all my children. It was now left with that bag that had our tea. Then the other bag that we put all our shoe. He first of all said, this is not a hand carry. This bag is not going. It's too big for a hand carry. I'm like, sir, but it is 7 kg. It is weighing 7 kg. He said, I don't care what it is weighing, but the bag on its own is too big for hand carry. Drop it. I'm like, sir, please, don't tell me, please. Don't tell me, please. Women, you people have problem. What all these things you're carrying now, when you get there, you will see that you will not need them. I don't know waiting. Whether the man and the wife, they quarrel for house, I can't tell. He said, are you going or not? Now, close the flight. And he's their oga. So whatever he says, they will start doing. I left the bag. At this point, we weren't even carrying our complete hand luggage. I'm like, okay, since we are leaving this bag, let me also add one more hand luggage. He said, leave everything and enter the flight. As if he needed those things inside those waterproof bags, because I had a lot of tea, custards. I know saying that for inside that bag, all in attention day. And Kamsi was, sir, please shut up your mouth and enter inside. Your mother is dead. That was when I thought, I said, sir, please don't shout at her like that. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me, but please. So the immigration people started giving me sign, like as if I question the man, he will now not allow me to fly. They were now giving me sign, let me not talk. I'm like, I'm a YouTuber. I know my way around social media and I know my right. You've just been doing this right from the counter. I don't know what I did to you. You can do whatever, but do not transfer your anger or whatever you're feeling to my innocent child. She only was saying, please, sir. It is left for you to accept her please or not. Do not, please. He said, are you going or not? Now, leave all those things and enter the flight. I had just said my piece and I was already angry. I decided to leave those things. I left them and I entered. So I was going. One lady came and said, all these things you're leaving, including your box, let me have your number or you can take my number. And then someone will come and pick it for you. I said, thank you so much. That was when I now collected her number. They were now calling us, threatening to close the flight. I just told my children to be running inside. And I quickly took the lady's number. God bless her. God really bless her. And then I forwarded the taxi guy that brought us. I forwarded her number to the taxi guy and told the taxi guy to call her. And then before we could even fly, the taxi guy was already at the airport and then he picked the bag. If only I knew those things that I removed inside our check-in place, I could have also arranged for it for them to carry, but I was bringing those out with the mind that, of course, I'm going to now enter with the rest of the things I had. I didn't know I was also going to encounter issues. You know, that was how your sister, even the shoe I was supposed to wear was inside that bag that I left there. That was how I came to Canada wearing bedroom slippers. And this is that slippers. This slippers was what your sister wore to Canada. These slippers. That was how I wore slippers to Canada. And then I left the bag, I left the box, I left another bag like this. That was the 3 things that I left at Abuja, and he quickly helped me to pick them and then took it to Ogom's house. God bless the taxi man as well. And that was how I couldn't even vlog. I couldn't get, I think I had a clip where I finally entered the flight and I just made a video and said, guys, I've been through a lot, but I will tell the story later. That was the only scene I was able to pick. And inside the flight, you know, traveling with children, all the pampers I brought was for them to wee in on the seat. You understand? Poo on the seat. I will use the wipes and wipe it and go and throw it away. I didn't want to like be taking them to the, but this man took that bag. I had no pampers, I had no wipes. So each time my children will want to wee, I'll have to take this person, take this person. Like I literally suffered. I literally suffered. And then we got to the transit. The first transit was almost 10 hours. We had no food to eat because of another man. I felt so bad that day, but knowing that it was a new beginning for me, I didn't just want to put it to heart. I just decided to just be happy, you know, but I felt so bad. 10 hours transit, and I could remember I was begging this man. I said, our first transit is 10 hours at Doha. Please, sir, this tea, all these things I have in this nylon bag is for my children to eat. Look at my children. He know they even want here. I could remember I begged him, but he refused. We were so hungry at the transit until I remembered I had my dollar card. I quickly was now sourcing where I can get something, and lucky enough I saw where I got a little thing, and we just had, and then we just laid and then slept for some time. Woke up, they played, there were some playing things there, like all this jumping whatever, and they were playing, and then before you could know it, 10 hours was here, and then we started flying. But if only I had those, I had golden morn, I had cups, plates, you know, my children could have just felt normal. We really suffered, but that's okay. I thank God for today. I just decided to share my story, how I came with slippers. And the only lesson I want you guys to learn is, please, if you're traveling, plan yourself. If only I listened to Uche and I got that back bag. But in my head, I won't even blame myself because I thought my bags were few that I would check in everything and then we'll just walk comfortably, you know, for transits and stops, you know. But if only I got those things, it couldn't have. And another thing, we came a day before we left Nigeria. So I think if we had come 2 days before our actual flight day, that day we packed, I will of course figure out the things I need and then I'll quickly enter the market in Abuja and get them. So another thing I will tell you, if you're leaving Nigeria, if you're flying from Lagos or Abuja and you don't live there, come 2 days prior your travel, so that that day you come, try to arrange everything, and if there's something you need on the go, you can actually get it before the next day of your flight. Because why I had this problem was the next morning was our travel. If only it was a day before, of course I could have gone to buy the bag. I had to come, I will figure everything out. That's the second thing. And then thirdly, if you're using Qatar Airways and you think you can maneuver them with a little, don't try it, it doesn't work. That's the third thing. And then the fourth thing is be early. And if only at that 7 a.m. that I started going to the airport immediately, if I not do me like this. Now that time Malawa say ma go buy Bugatti. I ended up not buying the Bugatti. So be early, because had it been I was early when they sent me back from that place I was going to enter the flight, of course I could have gone back and then see what I would do, change the box, check it in again, like see what I will actually do if I'm going to pay extra luggages. But at this point, counter had already closed. There was nothing I could do. So be early as well. Don't think the way time goes, like when I woke up I'm like time we have 2 more hours. Don't think like that. It is better to be at the airport 6 a.m. even when your flight is 3 p.m. Be there 6 a.m. finish, and then from the airport go and buy what you want to buy. Because if only I finished check-in and then the taxi will wait for me, then the taxi will quickly pick me to go and buy food and come back. You understand? But I had to go buy food. No, so these are the lessons I want you guys to learn on this video. Talking about the flight experience, it was wonderful. I love Qatar. I've used Qatar before, hence I used Qatar this time around. Inside the flight, no, the flight from Nigeria to Doha was not that sweet. But the flight from Doha to Montreal was amazing. It was worth it. In fact, inside that flight we had Wi-Fi. We had a lot to eat. They will wake us up and give us food. The flight was not so jam-packed. The one from Nigeria to Doha was full, but the one from Doha to Montreal was not that so full, and the flight was amazing, and we could like rest ourselves. We had space more on the ones. So overall I would say that the movements are nice. They don't delay. Like if you just come, you follow up and check in. I can remember when we landed at Doha, we had to take all our luggages out, and of course we now checked in back again when it was time, because at Doha we also wasted I think 7 hours. It wasn't easy, guys, but overall if you want to take Qatar to Canada, please do. It's nice. I love it. But these are the few things you should watch, and it's very affordable if you ask me. Qatar was the cheapest we could see at the point, and Qatar was affordable, and the treat was okay based on the amount we paid for. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched up until the point, I really appreciate. Another video I will do is a video where I'll sit back and talk about the expenses, the flights, the visas, everything that had to do with this. Of course you're gonna watch it. Trust me to bring every knowledge you want to know about this. And I'll also make videos about things to bring to Canada. I made a lot of mistakes when I came, trust me. The things I brought, let me not say this video is already long. So that's that, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I remain your Asa, your G Lily Popes TV, and I sign out. Bye. Please do well to subscribe, turn on your bell notification, because Ubuntu contents are coming your way, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.